Hello, guys. I'm gonna play the George Harrison song on the speaker. Yeah, that's what even is that? I don't know. What is it? Let's think about what that is. What that shit is, though. Is it incense shit? No. Oh, it's coffee. It's instant coffee. Okay. Yeah, that's all instant coffee shit. But I just was on the treadmill earlier today listening to All Things Must Pass, the George Harrison album he made right after being in the Beatles, which some say it's like all his creative impulses that got stifled by being in the best band of all time. The things that he wasn't allowed to bring to the table, he put into this album. And I think success for George Harrison really knocked him off, like in a strange kind of way, but put him exactly where he needed to be, like as a kind of alternative entity that had never been created before, which is something that we're all capable of as human beings. But I wanted to talk about this song, Wah Wah, in particular, because if you know the story of how the song came about, and it's basically just George Harrison crying about the fact that he has to play guitar for like the fucking Paul McCartneys and John Lennons of the world. Like, they were creating Let It Be. They were in the studio all the fucking time. They were like at each other's throats in this fucking fishbowl. And basically, Paul McCartney was just very busy figuring out his own shit. All the Beatles were busy figuring out the best shit that they could bring up for this album that was going to be their last album. And so Paul was busy doing his bullshit at the piano or the drums or whatever the fuck he was at. And I've seen the video footage of this, and he's basically just like, "Hey George, give me plenty of that wah wah," you know, and then he goes into his own shit. "Give me plenty of that wah wah." And for the average person, human being, they'd be like, "God, fuck that guy." And then they would just do whatever to recover from that little bit of snide, the little bit of injection, the little bit of that little jab, you know. They would do whatever it is to recover from that, and they wouldn't press the issue further. But for George, the spirituality of it, from this kind of dumb song, you know, it's a pretty stupid song where he's just saying like, you know, "You're giving me a wah wah, you know, you're fucking wah," you know. It's like he in order for him to take it where his higher being was going with this, he needed to create a whole entire song just to be like, "Fuck you, Paul McCartney." Like, one of the greatest songwriters of all time, according to most. I mean, Paul's songs, I mean, there's some really great ones for sure. But yeah, it's just like, sometimes, this is my crystal golden healer quartz, even if you're in the best situation imaginable for a human being to be in, like, you still will always want to push it further. And this is exactly what you did with this song. He was like in this heart of mine, like, where can I bring this? Like, how can I actualize, like, the things that this heart of mine really feels? Because there's a lot that's out there in the universe that we're tapping into. And I'll pause the song. It's gonna autoplay some other bullshit. But in order for us to like, activate what's best for our conscious reality, we're gonna need to be aware of those things that might, like, just think about it. Like, is this thing gonna live unexpressed for infinity? And if the thought of that brings you to tears and mourning and grief, just please, like, express it. Like, once you've said everything you need to say in a life, then your life becomes like a vacation, you know? It becomes like it becomes something where you just, like, we have this capacity to really make a lot out of our existence, and to